Just don't worry, buddy. Seriously, though. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one, the only, the Azothan, and we are here with an Azeroth Wars. It's been a long time for all of us, I agree, as my good friend Snow Lily was saying in the chat. It's been a long time since we've seen an Azeroth Wars. Hopefully we can get more sent in along with Siege of Quel'Thas, and I can eventually learn Lordaeron the Aftermath as well, so we can shoutcast those. It's just, life has been hectic. But, let's go ahead and list off our players in today's game. Closed is going to be controlling the forces of the Scourge with Anub'arak, Kel'Thuzad, and Baron Rivendare at his fingertips. His job will be to attack the North Alliance and to try to overall take over Northern Lordaeron. This is a Warcraft 3. Holy crap! Saz with gifting the tier 1 subscription to Grish, but that's actually very sweet of you, buddy. Brad94, his ally, the Burning Legion, will be in charge of helping him accomplish this. This is a Warcraft 3 custom map set during the events of the Third War, and it covers the entirety of the world. Every single part of Azeroth is covered by this. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of things going on. A lot of new things I'm going to have to learn. So I feel a little bit bad. I may... I have to turn to chat for some help, but let's continue on. Speaking of evil's enemies, we have Furgon in the Purple Trunks. His allies will also be Dalaran and the High Elves. Their job will be defend against the forces of the undead. I like the opening up of this little coastal region, by the way, for Scholomance. Usually it's nearly impossible to try to force your way through this narrow choke point and take out the undead player, but some well-placed battleships could easily turn this fight in the favor of the Alliance. Furgon's job is going to be to spam out Lordaeron Paladins to tank. Nukster's job, as Quel'Thas, is going to be to get a ton of Maguses out. With their chain heals and his supporting units in the early game, it's a really good combination with the rest of the Alliance. Darkanites in the OJ Trunks controlling Dalaran has Archmage Antonidas and Jaina Proudmoore. He's not moving very quickly, but he does want to move down south, take out as many creeps as he can. This game has a higher focus on early game creeping than others, such as Lordaeron the Formath, and grabbing these early resources are vitally important. Let's move down south and check out the forces of Ironforge, allied to Stormwind. Their beginning enemy will be the Fel Horde coming from Outland. The Fel Horde needs to quickly creep as much of Outland as he can, while at the same time putting pressure on Netherguard Keep. Dark Green Balinoran looks like he's been given plenty of time, though, to respond to this, and there hasn't been a decisive victory yet. Teal is not moving very quickly in Outland, from what I can see. Let's check on Banis. Nope, focusing on sending most of his units straight out through here. Okay, odd decision, but at least he's making sure to stay active with his forces in Blackrock, taking out the Overlords. And sorry, I just got done doing a Lordaeron the Formath, and I'm super worn out, but that's okay. We got this. Dark King, a old and gold player, as he misses the War Stomp on most of the units. He's actually a very phenomenal player. He's going to be controlling the forces of Thrall's Horde and the Tauren/Trolls. His ally in the Grey Trunks is going to be Dr. Daniel. Yep, he's the Warsong clan. Very good. Now, Kalimdor has more creeps combined on this continent than every other place on the map, I would say, by a large margin. Because it's supposed to be a wild, untamed sort of place, so you have centaurs and satyrs, monsters, old gods, silithid, ogres, etc. spread all over the place. It's just this quick, I'm trying to think of what you would call it. It's a scuffle in the early game to take out as many of these creeps as you can get. Let's check out the Horde's enemies. We have the Noob Killer in the light blue trunks controlling Sylvanas, Tyrande Whisperwind, and Chandra's Feathermoon. Oh my god, I've been saying so many other hero names, I can't get these ones right. This is embarrassing. His ally, Sally in the Brown Trunks, is controlling the forces of the Druids. The Druids' job is to take over as much as they can. Oh, they skipped the Trolls. I'm going to say creep as much as they can of Mount Hyjal, move south, and try to help their ally against the Horde. Seem to have had plenty of time to do that already. Just off what I'm seeing, it looks like Selly is going to be fighting the Frostwolf clan. I think Warsong and Sentinels are going to hang back and be less effective overall, but let's see. Dwarves decide to head down south, straight into the Swamp of Sorrows very quickly. Try to head off the forces of Teal. Was Grom Thrall's brother? I forgot. No, Dr. Chow, they are not brothers. In battle, but not blood. Full of hero aimers south. Yeah, what are you talking about, Banis? Hero aiming is a thing. You hero aim. I'm sorry if you failed at not getting your heroes, you know, keeping your heroes alive. That is not their fault. GG, says Furgon. From what? Alright, there's going to be 3 big fights. Right outside Ashenvale, right here at Anderhall, and down south at Blackrock Fortress / Swamp of Sorrows. You're going to have to keep an eye on all 3 as time goes on and see what upgrades Closed is focusing on. Looks like Necromancers, no upgrades. Oh, interesting. Literally 0 upgrades. He's going for the mass strategy. And Burning Legion has managed to move in and take out a ton of the trolls here at Jin Tha Alor. That's to his advantage. Did I ever start the new music? I did, kind of. Let's go ahead and switch this to Battle for Azeroth, shall we? There we go. Back to the game. And the dwarves are beginning the cuckening here for Port Teal. Eesh. Bloodgrin and Bonethirst both nearly almost die. Kha'Zix the Supreme is next on the list, and I'm surprised that we have a yellow ballsy enough to move in against Teal solo. Teal has creeps none of Outland at all, and yet is complaining about everyone else. He's sitting on 360 gold, not doing anything, and is dying. That's a little rough to watch, I have to admit. Heading up north, god damn, the undead are just continuing to spawn right outside Anderhall. When that hammer falls, it's going to be over. He's waiting a little bit too long. If he started engaging with Lordaeron a little bit more quickly, he would have the advantage. But as soon as Nukester... What the fuck is going on here again? Alright, Nukester did a thing. I think Nukester's going for Blood Elf / Illidari again. What is with the obsession with Illidari today? But he's spawned an event that causes the trolls to attack his base. If the trolls completely wipe out everything he has, that will enable him to go Illidari, getting locked up in the Dungeons of Dalaran and having to work his way out into the larger world. Dark King takes out the Druid Sentinel base down here. Dr. Daniel moving up to... Oh, Orgrimmar, because it needs the defense. Holy crap, Seelie, aggressive on the offense. 1-1 upgrades on his units already. And intelligently getting his Chimeras, focus down the advanced Boulder Towers. Worry about the units later. 2-2 upgrades from Dark King, and a huge wave of units from Dr. Daniel coming in. That's right, back out. Druids have done some damage, but they need to leave. Noob Killer, where you at? Most of his units are sitting in Ashenvale, not helping his ally. A decent flank would be helpful, at the very least. And Teal manages to push back the dwarves, but just in time for Lordaeron to arrive. And I gotta give credit to Banzi, getting his Eridar Warlocks out. They do have a Rain of Fire-like ability that can be devastating in the right choke point. However, he has nothing to tank for them, and looks like he's gonna throw Magtheridon away. Dark Green runs his units in as quickly as he can and gets the surround on Maggie. Fare thee well, Banny. I think he's gonna leave very quickly. Already upset at the hero aiming. I would leave too. Yeah, no, the only gain of South is your inability to play your race correctly. Alright. The undead have begun their assault on Anderhall. No help from his allies. Holy and crap, I think Darkanites is brand new. Oh no, Darkanites left the game straight up. That's probably when Furgon said GG. Furgon trying to defend these choke points here, and yeah, I know. Zooming in is going to make this really difficult to pay attention to, because I don't know if they have the zoom out mechanic of Lordaeron on the format. Probably not. Paladin's holding the front line bravely. And even with 1-1 upgrades, it's going to be a tough hold. Yep. Might be time to retreat here, buddy. I think the undead have the advantage, especially in siege units. What's this? He's pushing him back? Or red's luring him within range of his catapults, which is a better call. Meat wagons, sorry. Closed with 980 gold. Can easily finish this fight off. Brad, where you at? Oh, he's taking over islands. Well done, I guess, and harassing south. Okay. Nukester, has your base been killed yet? Have you been locked up in the dungeons? No, he kills the trolls and then moves on. What the hell? He actually managed to hold. I'm shocked. Towered up the Sunwell and survived that push. Alright, fair enough. Teal leaves the game, of course. Alright, South Alliance has a free win at this point. And weirdly enough, Closed, while having all the money in the world, is losing to a single Alliance player. Holy crap. Plague occasionally affecting the bowmen in the background, turning them into zombies. Ugh. It's always rough to see a single zombie turn. You didn't just lose the unit, you gave the unit. 1-1 upgrades now for our red player. Purple's still sitting at 1-1. I'd say move back into his base. The Plague is slowly taking its toll on his units. He can't afford to stay here. Thankfully, the Silverhand Squires are immune to the Plague, and if he can focus down these meat wagons, he gains himself some breathing room. Nukester, I am mixing up my words, sorry. You try shoutcasting for 3 hours straight. It'll burn you. Assassin's Blade gets dropped. You can pick it up. I know you're Paladin, but you can still be an assassin too. And the Plague has been launched as well, creating several small bastions of undead power here in Lordaeron. Nice move, by the way, by our purple player. Furgon spawning some of the free footmen here from Stratholme Castle to try to deal with that. But the Plague in this one is actually a bit worse. It's a bit more effective than the Plague in Lordaeron on the format, I think, as it creates units damn near everywhere. And Anderhall is going to continue to try to hold on. See how the Druids are doing. Actually whooping all of the ass. Dark King is losing all of his units here. And where are Light Blue's units? The Noob Killer. Managed to successfully defend Feathermoon Stronghold. What the hell? Dark King, you should be doing better than this, losing all of his units. Yes, Dark King has played this game many times before, but seems to have underestimated his Night Elven opponents, losing at Feathermoon Stronghold and losing Orgrimmar. Dr. Daniel. And there goes Dr. fucking Daniel. Oh my god, did they both just... Dr. Daniel leaves, and Dark King is now begging for allies. How many levers is that in the first 13 minutes? 1, 2, 3. We've had 3 levers in 13 minutes. Last game was the exact opposite of this one. Huh. Problem is, the only real fight to watch now is the one here at Anderhall, if it even goes down. High Lord Alexandros Mograine has been summoned by Furgon. How did he even very much? I wonder if they fixed him. People were complaining about how good High Lord Alexandros Mograine was in the past. And Brad, are you going to help your ally at all? Yes, he takes out Dalaran. Never mind. Blue may very early on be able to summon the Legion. Okay, this could get interesting. Ah, there's the elves. I knew Nukester was going to go for the Illidari. Of course he did. High elves have been locked up in the dungeons for betraying the Alliance, and now with the help of Lady Vosh, he's got to work his way through the dungeons of Dalaran and break himself out before becoming a fully fledged faction again. Ooh, Badood. Deciding that since Teal's completely dead already, he's going to move up north and try to fight the Legion. Dwarves versus Legion. Upgrades slightly favor the Legion. However, that was a phenomenal stun there by our yellow player, activating his Thane's invulnerability and their taunts. Awesome. Ah, Blue's a little bit out of his element here, sure. He's starting to rebalance himself out, but he's already lost one of his Dreadlords. Tichondrius the Darkener continues to land on islands, stealing control points, but yeah, main army's actually getting its ass whipped at the moment. Blue now pinging the map saying, hey, we really need to finish off Dalaran so that I can get my book and we can summon the Legion. Closed is a bit busy here at Anderhall. Furgon is impressing me by holding this off. Again, it's mostly due to his Silverhand Paladin veterans. They've become even stronger after the betrayal of the High Elves. Arthas Menethil, gotta be careful, a little bit too close to the front line. Oh, yeah, Crypt Fiends are mean. And now the Dwarves, starting to rock some ass. Alterac Watchtowers with the multi-shot will be enough to push them back. I'm impressed. I didn't think Brad had that high of an upgrades already. Jubithos activating his Whirlwind. It's a good timing. Let's see, can Blue handle this with all the chaos damage he has? He should be able to. All right, Jubithos goes down once. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'd love to see him using Mana Drain a bit more on these Fellstalkers, by the way. Nice aim down on King Magni. Second kill on Jubithos means he's permanently dead. Oh, it wasn't Magni? What? Boobud, what did you lose? He lost Muradin, I see. Well, that's kind of what you get for going and picking a fight this early on. Alright, Mass Fellstalkers versus Mass Riflemen. I mean, Riflemen are good, don't get me wrong, but they've definitely had their health reduced since previous versions. Explorers do not appear to be dropping down their healing wards despite having the ability to. Again, Fellstalkers, no mana drains on the units I expect to see mana drain on. Selly now finishes wiping up forces in there. That's alright. This is where the two big fights are. And Anderhall is not quite dead yet. Holy crap. He's still got a... No, Arthas is back on the field. Furgon, you beast. He's lost Oathmar and he's lost... Sorry, he's lost Uther and he's lost Alexandros. But he still has Arthas. Mass Fellstalkers, 5/5 upgrades now for our blue player. Holy crap, I'm telling you. There's a huge difference between players who creep early on and those who don't. Alright, he's going for the surround. Now he's trying to aim down the transport ship. Blue is angry. He's having none of it. A few more range shots. One more range shot. He sunk the ship and all the units inside of it, too. Ooh, what the frick? Did Boobud seriously just leave the game? Okay. Furgon now losing. Anderhall finally retreats with a couple of Silverhand Paladins. Balino looking to ally Dark King. Manaroth. Oh, okay. So Dark King has gone for the Fellhorde path, getting Manaroth and Niru Fireblade. Okay, but he's going to lose most of his army here to an AFK player. If he's not careful, the improved watchtowers are still strong. Gah. Not to mention that advanced boulder tower taking out his bunched up units. What was Yellow doing? Trying to kill you, I guess, Brad. He really had it in his mind that he was going to get away with it. Now, Nukester has finally established a base for himself. Let's go ahead and check on the Illidari. Kael'thas Sunstrider, Illidan Stormrage, and Lady Vash. He has giant sea behemoths, ancient hydras, and all the Naga units he could ever want. 3/3 upgrades to boot, and the ability to swim around on the ocean with near invulnerability. I missed the Naga race, I'm not going to lie. We're down to 7 players in 19 minutes. Had 5 levers, my god. More ancient hydras and more giant sea behemoths. God, it's a lot of chaos damage. Whoever made this race definitely knew what they wanted. They're like, this is the race I'm gonna play. What, it can go on water, lots of chaos damage, and nets, I'm assuming, as well? That's what I want. Cheaters. Alright, Close is doing his very best. He's lost Baron Rivendare and a Nubarak, only has Kel'Thuzad alive. I'm assuming Furgon's getting back out Uther, level 10, recreating his Silverhand Paladins. That hero group's going to be the most important thing for him. Problem is he has no allies to help him do actual damage. So now that Brad's here, kinda screwed. Tichondrius and Mal'Ganis heading into Dalaran. They'll be grabbing the Book of Medivh and summoning the Legion. Yeah, Furgon, you have to kill Stratholme first, and then you have to kill Arthas. Once Stratholme is destroyed and then Arthas dies, you get him. However, not just killing him isn't enough. Jailer Kassan waits outside. No one's going to be using him, so it doesn't matter what he's actually doing. Let's check in on Nukester. See where he's deciding to go first. I guess since Kael'thas and the rest of these units aren't actually capable of walking on water, he just has to wait here. Either get a Scroll of Town portal and summon onto it later, or just defend this entrance with his life. Which is kind of neat that there's a delineation between the forces that can strike out from Ajol Nerub and the ones that can't. Not Ajol Nerub. Why can't I remember the name of where they are? Well, control points are usually named. Let's see what it's called. Maelstrom's Rift. Oh, never mind. They're standing in an entirely different place. Nukester, where does this go? That's the exit. If he goes straight for the Frozen Throne, I'm going to laugh my ass off. I wouldn't put it past him. In the meantime, the Night Elves get to take over the entire continent, get a bunch of gold and amazing items. Yeah, what are their upgrades at? 2-3. Not as high as I was expecting. Noob Killer? What about you? 3-2. Okay, way less than I expected with way more money. Ah, Illidan's portal is being summoned, but to where again? 4 minutes until it's done. I'd guess right onto the Frozen Throne. If I had to take a wild stab at it. Alright. And Closed has decided to go and attack Tyr's Hand Citadel, in fact. That's kind of a bummer. It's invulnerable at the moment. I don't know what it takes to get it uninvulnerable. Probably the death of all the improved cannon towers. But it would have been smarter for him to attack Stratholme. Oh, he's doing all of those things. Never mind. I take it back. Him and Brad are finally working together. Kinda. Book of Medivh. Come on, Mal'Ganis. Get it and get out. Get it and grab it. Mal'Ganis, what are you waiting for? It's upsetting how long you're waiting, buddy. Or don't? Okay. Naga arrives to take over Capital Palace. Man, this is such a dick move. Oh my god. 4-4 upgrades. 81 to 141 chaos damage. Nukester, do you edit the map? Are you the map editor? This feels like you're the map editor. Oh my god. Dark Green left too because Dark King didn't want to ally Dark Green. Interesting. Now he's going to take over. Oh. Okay, Pink. Who are you allied to? You allied to the Night Elves? He is! The Dark Horde has allied the Night Elves. This is why Azeroth Wars is interesting. There's no limits on the alliances you can make. Uh-oh, Nukester's saying something about somebody not doing something while he wrecks somebody else's main base. Really? Alright. Sorry, Furgon. You had to lose your main base because Illidari's a dick. Furgon, you know what? I gotta give him MVP of the game. His ally abandoned him. Furgon fights for his life, and then his ally comes back and immediately murders him. One of the weakest players in the game. Burning Legion, 19 control points? Nah. Scourge, 13 control points? Fuck that. Ironforge, 14. Stormwind, 18. Two players who aren't even here anymore have the highest control point count. What the fuck? There goes Alexandros Mograine being an undead destroying whirlwind of unfairness. Okay, they did not entirely fix Alexandros Mograine. He is still a beast. Yeah, I feel bad for purple. Kel'Thuzad eating his allies, trying to keep his mana up. Yeesh. Man, Alexandros Mogre, you just got to keep buying mana potions for him, and that's where all your damage comes from, is purple. Alright, Nukester continues to move through the world. Nobody wants the Assassin's Blade or the Urns of Kings. Illidan will take both. Grants the under 50 health, 200 mana, 0.25 mana regeneration, and an activatable ability to restore the mana. Oh my god. Why does no one use this shit ever? Brad, please tell me you picked up the book and you're now... No? Oh, god damn it. Mal'Ganis is sitting here. He's about to lose the Book of Medivh. Brad! Nukester, did you host a game full of completely new players and then just fucking ruin everyone? I feel like that's what happened. This is horrible. Alright, Book of Medivh now goes in the hands of green. Naga, I don't think he's allied with anyone. Nope, he's all by his lonesome.
Our town is under siege.
I'm overwhelmed by this.
Ready for action.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and call this part 1 of 2. Very short game. It's going to be under an hour, as you can tell. Nukester, in the future, maybe don't send in games where you literally just crush everyone without any decent fight. If there's not a single decent fight and it's just you wiping everyone out, I'm calling you the LVP of today. Bad behavior in the LTF and then a crushing on this one. Alright, let's see you in part 2. Hopefully there'll be a redemption.